It's not just about what is the proposed minimum wage. It is about the full workers' bill of rights, and there's a lot of work-life balance. There's a lot of just respect and like dignity. I think kind of basic things for employees in there. Um, so as to not repeat things from my colleagues tonight, I really appreciate. I wasn't sure how everyone was going to come into this meeting tonight. This being the very first time that this body has collectively talked about this topic. I really respect the acknowledgement given by both the chair of finance, Councilmember Parsley, and then also Councilmember Cooper with the context, and then more understanding about the Workers' Bill of Rights. I don't think that everyone understands those things. Um, something I like the direction that this conversation is going. I think it's grounded in reality. Thinking about not only honoring a, a community included process and possibly a community led process with all community members that would be impacted by this. Um, and then I also think that it's realistic of like what our capacity is as a city, how much impact can we make? I think that if this is something that we do choose to go forward with as a council and have it on our agenda, which is for our work plan for next year, which is something that we would decide in our annual retreat. All of the things that we work on for that year is decided in the or in the front of or I guess in January in our annual retreat for the year. But I'm glad to see that it is now, it's not just about what is the proposed minimum wage. It is about the full workers' bill of rights. And there's a lot of work-life balance. There's a lot of just respect and like dignity. I think kind of basic things for employees in there. So I'm glad to see that moving together. We're talking about it together. Something that hasn't been mentioned so far, I guess sort of directly, and is something that's been on my mind, is that I don't want to get ahead of myself and not yet seeing the data and not yet really diving into it on this issue. But I think it's really sort of heartbreaking in a way what we're seeing right now, and whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure. But we're seeing workers and then small business and then also nonprofit leaders, right? There's more people in than just workers, and then the small businesses, right? There's also the very large businesses and just different scales, and so this actually impacts a broader community base than I think folks sort of initially realized. And we've gotten so much public comment in person, via email, phone calls, intercept. I would also say, so I think all of us have been out at meetings or at the grocery store, and people have stopped us, when we're doing things, and really kind of giving their plea as to why this is something we definitely should do or why this is something we definitely should not do. And so there's sort of like this uh workers versus everyone else thing, and who is our sort of allegiance to, where really truly it's to everyone, right? To everyone in the community, and it's a tough balance. And I sort of and to me it's like what is the it's not one group versus the other group. It's how do we collectively rise all boats, right? As cheesy but also as true as that is. And for me, again, I don't want to get ahead of myself, although making making a wage change, is that it's it seems sort of, is that a long-term solution? I wonder about that. I wonder about groups of people that are everyday people in our community, um, trying to figure out how they can be more, I don't even want to say successful, but like be able to thrive in the community. How can they live and thrive and really like live, work, play? We always say that, right? Live, work, play. And to me, it's like, why are we not going all in on tax reform? Why are we not, this might sound pie in the sky for folks, but it's like, what are these long-term solutions? And I think a lot about that. And I don't think that it's impossible. And I just, it's really heartbreaking to see everyday people in the community almost like fighting with each other, right? For honestly peanuts to some, like, and I hate to sound, condescending in any way, but it's just like, we're all in community together. We all have different privileges. We have different, finances. But ultimately, we're already working in a system that is not setting us up for success. So, it's it's just I yeah I just I want to have a I want to be able to, if we do something on our work plan, I want it to be actionable. I want us to I don't want to make it such a big conversation that nothing ever happens. It's just the system in which we're working is already inequitable. And then we have people that are, again, everyday people almost like fighting with each other. And then it's just, like, I would like to make a long-term change. And I hope that this council is open to that conversation. It's just, there's a lot of contributing factors to what makes a place affordable, to get your basic needs met, but then also it's about the bread, but it's about the roses too, right? But to enjoy being in that community, and it's not all shouldered on the employer. It's also about about housing. It's about the different taxes that the city asks you to pay. So there's a lot of different factors, and I'd like to work collectively and figure out, like, hey, what are long-term solutions so that we can all thrive. And I don't think it's too pie in the sky. And so I hope that if we decide to go this way, that you will all come and join me in that part of the discussion. Thanks.
We will not give up.